Hi there, welcome to my second video tutorial in my series about teaching vocabulary to second language learners. In this video, we're going to look at Quizlet. So Quizlet is kind of like flashcards plus. It's flashcards plus a bunch of other activities to help your students learn. The original premise was for teaching vocabulary, but it can also be used to teach content knowledge in the different subjects. I would kind of limit this program to junior students or older, just because it's a little bit more complex with most of the tasks. It also has a lot of reading necessary, so if your students have difficulties reading, this could be more challenging. But you could use it with younger children with extra scaffolding. In order to access this as a teacher, you would need to sign up for a free account. I already have one, so I'm going to log in. I used my Google credentials to make it easy peasy. Now, I have the free account, like I said, but there is a paid option. So the paid option allows you to track your student progress. It also allows you to make more engaging content by adding audio or images to your study sets, your flashcards. You can also remove the ads and have offline access. So there are benefits, but for my usage, I find that the free account works just great. So once you've got an account, you need to create a class. So you'll do that right here. Okay, you'll enter a class name, a description, and you'll need to select a school. For the purpose of my tutorial, I found that there was already a fake school in a fake city, so that is what I used. Okay, so I've got my class that I have called class. Now I can add sets. I can also add students. So when I add students, I can either add their email address, or if they already have a Quizlet username, I can type in their username just in here. Or what I can do is I can use Google Classroom to send a link that they'll follow. Okay, so once I have done that, and I'd like to say that you can also use Quizlet without creating a class uh, and without your students having accounts. So if you wanted to just have your students pop onto Quizlet and do an activity, they would just go to the website, quizlet.com, and then search some sets, and they can do the activities with the associated sets. Now, if you wanted, you could create sets up here at the top. So that could be for any type of vocabulary that you want, or any type of content knowledge for the different subjects that you're working on with your students. If you don't necessarily have the time to create a whole new thing, a lot of us don't, you can also search whatever you're looking for. So I'm going to search French food. I haven't had breakfast yet, so all of my life revolves around food right now. Okay, and I'm going to look at some different sets. So these top sets are all free. Some sets will be free and some sets will be at an extra cost. The cost will show up kind of in the corner here. So let's use this one. It's pretty small. So as you can see, the amount of terms, those are the amount of cards that are in each set. So let's click on this one and see what we've got. So I'm in my set. Now I can customize this if I would like. So I can change definitions. I can, if I have a paid account, I would be able to add extra stuff to it, but I do not. Okay, so we'll go back and we'll see what we can do. So first we can, we'll see that our activities are separated into study and play. So we'll get to those in just a second. The play is kind of more fun, gamified learning. Study is more typical, traditional kind of learning. So if we have our flashcards, we can see we have the word in French, le thé. Click on the card and we'll get that the answer is tea. And we've got a picture to help us, some dual coding through image and words. If we go to the next one, le café, again, we've got a picture of coffee and the word in English, l'eau, okay, and it's telling us that it's feminine, and that is water. So next we can go to the learn section. So in order to complete the learn section, it'll give you the word and multiple choice options. Now you have to answer each question correctly twice in order to complete this. So once they'll say you're familiar with it, and once you've gotten it twice, you've mastered it. So la tomate, I'm going to say is a tomato. Okay, so I'm correct. And then I can actually listen. So this set doesn't come with audio, but I can click on this little icon and it will give me kind of an auto-generated pronunciation for la tomate. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Les céréales. Now, if I make a mistake, let's say I say les céréales are snails. Oh, it tells me I need to study this one. So it will tell me the term that it gave me. I can listen to it if I need to, as well as the correct answer. But what I think is really cool is it then gives you what I said it was and the correct answer for that one. So I'm not guessing, okay, well, I know snails aren't les céréales, but I don't know what it is. And then guess it more and more. It gives me what that answer is. Okay, so there's that one. There's also the write section. So it's very simple. You just write what the word is. So if I get it wrong, it will tell me what the correct spelling is. Okay? Rice, get it right. Whoops. It will tell me that I did it correctly, and it'll show me which ones I had, or how many I had correct, correct and incorrect. Okay? And I don't know if you have noticed, but as we do the different activities, the color of the writing changes. So the ones that I have not done are light blue, the ones that I have started are dark blue, and it shows me how much I've completed out of the writing task. So if I go to spell, it's very simple. So you just type what you hear. So the audio doesn't transfer into my video, unfortunately, from my computer, but it said les céréales, and then I need to write les, and then I need to put my accent, say, oops, les céréales, correct. Okay, and it kind of continues on that way. If I get it wrong, le jus fruits. Okay, so it's telling me where I made my mistake, and then it's actually spelling it out for me. Can't hear that, but it's spelling it out for me, and it's giving me an extra chance to practice. Okay, so moving forward, there's also the test option. Now, for the test option, if your students do the test online, it doesn't track how they did unless you have the paid option, as far as I can tell. But it's pretty cool because it creates an auto-generated test of 20 items from the study set. So our study set had 36, I believe, and it's only going to do 20 of them. So this can be printed out to give to all of your students, or it can be used as practice online, or if you want your students to do it as a test online, you would just have them screenshot or print out their results. Okay, so our options for our test, we have some written questions, we have some matching questions, so it has our English word, a picture to help us, and then our different options. We've got some multiple choice, again with our English word, our picture, and our options. And finally, we've got some true and false questions. Okay, so it will have the French word, oops, French word or English word first, and then you just say if it's true or false. Okay, now we'll go on to the play section. So the play is kind of gamified learning. Um, it's maybe a bit more interesting for your students. So we'll start with match. Oops, if my computer does a thing. Okay, so we need to drag the answers onto or we need to drag the matching components together and they'll disappear. Now this is timed, which can make it a bit more exciting for students as they try to either beat their time or, they feel a bit more stressed, they feel a bit more excited, engaged. Okay, and you can play again to try and move up higher on the scoreboard. Okay. Whoop, I don't want to play again. The next one is gravity. So here you're trying to stop asteroids from hitting your planet. The cool thing about this is you can do all of the cards. You can do some chosen cards. You can select the difficulty. So easy is quite slow. It would be good for beginners that need some extra time. And you can choose to answer in French, in English, or random. We're going to start with English. And we're going to see how. Okay, I'm just going to start here. So my asteroid starts coming down. Les escargots, whoops, are snails. So once I've typed in the word, the asteroid goes away. La pomme, if I get it wrong, potato is incorrect. It will keep showing up until I get it right. Okay, if I don't know what it is, I can press escape and it will give me the answer. Okay, so then I will just type in mushroom and it will continue going. Now, the last option is Quizlet Live. I'm going to link a great video about Quizlet Live on my blog because I think it goes through super, super well how this works. So this game is a collaborative activity in which the questions from the study set, the answers are divided onto each different device. So each of your students would have their own device, and if there are, for example, 10 questions and 4 people playing, there would be 2 or 3 answers per device. Now, each student will see the question, but they need to figure out if the answer is on their device. If it's not, they need to work together to find which one has the right answer. Now, the cool thing about this is that accuracy matters more than speed. So if students get the question right, the answer disappears. But if they get the question wrong, they restart the set. So that is kind of cool because in some other activities, it's just about trying to answer as quickly as possible. So when the game is finished, the teacher can actually see on their screen which questions were answered correctly, which ones were confused, or which ones were often answered incorrectly. The cool thing about this is, again, student accounts are not necessary. They just go to the, when you go to Quizlet Live, if you click create game, anyways, if you go to start the game, it will give a code for the students to follow when they go to Quizlet Live. So the great thing about Quizlet Live is teachers can see which words were often missed and then create activities to go along with those just to help their students progress and help them recall. So I think this is a pretty cool program, and I will include a bit more information about it on my blog. I hope you have a great rest of your day and stay tuned for our next video, which is going to chat about Boom Learning.